Hey guys, it's Jeff. Thanks for checking out my video. This one's going to be on the MAC, Military Armament Corporation 1014. This is a very similar gun to a gun that you're very familiar with. It's been in a lot of movies. This is a clone of that. This is a Turkish clone of that. It has all of the stigma of the Turknelli. So if you want to learn a little bit more about this one and understand why I have one on my table, stay tuned. We'll talk about it. Alright guys, I'm back. Thanks for checking out this video. Like I said, this is going to be on the MAC 1014. Now this is an M4 clone, the Benelli M4 clone. Now the reason I picked one up, I don't intend to use this as a defensive gun. This is not my primary home defense weapon. It's not going to be a secondary or third. This is going to be a gun that goes into the safe that I maybe modify, trick it out, run it through its paces, and get a feel for over time. Now, there's a lot of guys out there that do burn downs. There's videos out there that you can go and see. Guys that'll do 500 or 1,000 rounds on these things. And so far, so good. I'm not hearing a lot of complaints about this particular shotgun. Now, you know, just like I do, that there's channels out there that have been very harsh on the Turkish shotguns. In fact, they've been harsh on a lot of shotguns, not just the Turkish ones. It's just the Turkish ones seem to be the easiest target because they seem to fail the most. My primary home defense shotgun is, if I had to go to a shotgun, is going to be this guy right here. It's a 500, had it a long time. This is probably... Man, this is probably a 15 or 20-year-old shotgun. I've had that gun for a very long time. I'm not going to change out a pump action shotgun for a semi-automatic, at least yet. Maybe at some point in the future, but that's not in the cards for right now. AR-15s, I think, have really stole the show when it comes to home defense weapons. Have plenty of those. I have plenty of pistols. So having a shotgun is just kind of a luxury. It's fun to have. It's a fun gun to have, right? That's the why I have this. A little bit more on the why though. It's only $400. I mean, for $400, you're not getting a lot these days. And I was at my local gun store. They had a bunch of these in. They were advertising them for under $400 actually. And I saw it. I looked it over, read some quick reviews on it, and this thing looks to be pretty solid from what I've seen so far. So thought I'd take a risk on it for $400. I spent a lot worse than that for a lot less. So I figured I'd give it a shot. And now I'm bringing it to you. So I've had a chance to take it to the range. I've shot it. I've taken it apart, put it all back together, have a few opinions on it, and just want to let you know I think it's a good value. I really do. And I'll go into why I think it's a good value. Right off the bat, this is what you get when you open up the box, right? So you get a sling, you get some choke tubes, right? So they have replaceable choke tubes. Now, you know, if you know, you may not. The Benelli doesn't have a choke. It's got a modified choke, I think. I could be wrong on that. Correct me in the comments if I got that wrong. And it comes with this manual, right? So it's a pretty basic manual. Shows you how to disassemble it. Shows you all the parts. I mean, it's a basic manual, right? I mean, what are you asking for a manual, right? So we get this out of here. And then we will zoom in on the gun itself. All right, so this is the gun itself. So one thing of note with this bad boy is, so far from what I hear, this thing is 100% M4 compatible with the Benelli. So I don't know that for certain. I have not put a single Benelli part on here or aftermarket part designed for a Benelli, but I do intend to, and I look forward to finding out what works and what doesn't. So if you want to follow along with that journey, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and hopefully we can figure this out together. So a cheap gun, M4 clone compatible with aftermarket parts. Basic materials. It's seems to be pretty well built. Again, at the range, and I'll roll in a little bit of range footage. My son and I shot it. It handled the loads pretty well. It does talk about in the manual that there's a break-in period of 100 rounds. They recommend that you use 100 rounds of shotgun shells that at least have 1,300 feet per second. Let me just verify that so I'm not giving you bad information. It's on the very first page here. 100 rounds of 1350 feet per second ammo for a break-in period. Your shotgun will cycle like lighter loads well after completing the proper break-in period, right? So they're recommending that you shoot 100 rounds through it. Does 2 3/4 inch and 3-inch shells. I was just doing birdshot just to feel the cycle of it, not, you know, double op buck or anything like that, and learning the mechanics of it. It's a very easy shooting gun. It doesn't have a lot of recoil, and you might be able to see that from the video. It is solid. I will say, taking it apart and putting it back together again, it's tight. Everything locks up very tightly. The finish on it seems to be done in a pretty decent finish. Don't know exactly what it is. Maybe somebody else can tell me what the finish is on this. I don't know, it feels like some kind of coating, but I don't exactly know. Fixed sights, front sight there, and rear. Holds 6 rounds, 5 in the tube, 1 in the chamber. That tube, if you don't know, is replaceable, so you can remove that tube and put in a tube extension and get more rounds out of this guy. Very well built gun. I've been pretty impressed with it. I don't know if there's really much more I can say on a tabletop like this. I don't have a lot of time with it, and I am not a super shotgun aficionado. I like them. I know what they can do. I know what their capabilities are. They look good on video. They, you know, if you've seen the new John Wick movie, the ballerina, you know, they've got an M4 in that one pretty predominantly throughout the beginning of that movie. So anyway, it's a good looking gun. Feels well built, got rubber grips back here. The stock is something I probably want to replace, but it looks exactly the way you would expect an M4 Benelli to look. You do get a good cheek weld, and it does line the sights up perfectly. I don't know if you need more than that, but we'll see over time, right? I mean, I'm gonna probably keep shooting this guy and getting a good feel for it and run it through its paces over time. Good looking gun. I think it's an interesting gun if you're looking for a home defense shotgun. I don't know if it's it yet, but for $400, it might be worth taking a gamble. If your budget is super tight, there's always the Maverick 88. I think that's got probably some of the most fanboys on the internet. Mossbergs have always been reliable guns. I have 4 of them. Anyway, with that, guys, if you like what I'm doing here, you want to help a small creator, I would really appreciate a like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to check me out on Rumble. Rumble is a gun-friendly platform, and I'm seeing my numbers are starting to diminish on YouTube, so I don't know if they're throttling gun content anymore, or maybe I'm just not putting out content you guys want to see. But if it is, hit a like, hit a subscribe, and go check me out on Rumble. I'd really appreciate that. Got all my socials in the description below, and if you want to look for one of these, check out my links. They're affiliate links in the description. They really help me out, and they give me a little kickback so I can continue putting out this kind of content for you guys. So stay safe, stay active, stay in the fight, because the fight for our rights never ends. Appreciate you watching. Take care. Bye-bye.